Hello and welcome to month 15 or week 67. I already made this video one time, but I've been getting some startling emails lately, so I wanted to remake it and address some of the stuff that people have been writing me about. But first, let me update you on me. I just got back from Mexico a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and something awesome happened while I was there, and that is that I stopped thinking every second of every day about the fact that I had weight loss surgery. Not that I was thinking about it every second of every day, but I do have to admit that it crossed my mind quite often. And I'd actually mentioned in a video about a month or two back that I was wondering when I was going to start feeling normal and not thinking about the fact that I had weight loss surgery. Thinking about it every meal, thinking about it while I'm eating, thinking about it while when I'm done eating. And actually, I think while I was there, I looked back and I realized, like, wow, I wasn't even thinking about it most of the time, like not even while I was eating. So that's awesome that I don't have to think about it all the time anymore. Another nice thing was that when I came back, I weighed 145.5, which means I maintained through my vacation. And that also means I've been maintaining a weight for about 7 months now. While I was there, I was supposed to get my blood work done, but bad Kelly, I didn't. I've actually been feeling quite a bit better, and I can only really correlate it to the fact that I've been eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. I've been studying nutrition, as I mentioned, and I've been getting some ideas of how to, incorporate it a little bit more. And also just little stuff that my boyfriend has suggestions to, like we put, say, maybe blueberries, bananas, or strawberries in our cereal or our oatmeal. When we cook, we toss in peppers and, just stuff like that. It's really simple, actually, to get in enough fruits and vegetables. And I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but I've been on like a crazy avocado kick, and I try to eat an avocado every day. So I haven't been feeling as tired. I did start feeling a little bit tired towards the end of being in Mexico, and I think that's because while I was there, I wasn't eating the same type of food that I eat up here. And actually the water, even the bottled water, was giving me a little bit of a stomach problem. So no blood work, but I do feel a lot better, so I'm not worried about that right now. I did have some work done while I was there. I had some dental work done. I had my metal fillings removed, and I had white ones put in, and I also had teeth whitening. I don't feel like it really did anything, but I don't know, maybe it did. But it was pretty cheap. It was $50 per tooth that I had the filling removed and a new one put in. Here, I think the price is between $150 and $200. The whitening was the equivalent of about $150. And here, I believe the price ranges from $300 to $500. So for anyone that's considering doing like Zoom whitening or something like that, it's actually a little bit painful. I was kind of surprised. My gums, like they put this stuff on your teeth to stop you from getting your gums getting burned, and like a little piece of mine had slipped at one point. And so when I was done, my gums were actually white as well, and that hurt for about a day. It wasn't horrible, but I didn't realize that Zoom whitening could actually be painful. What else did I do while I was there? I had LASIK eye surgery. I wasn't planning any of this dental stuff or the eye stuff, but once we were down there, my boyfriend's brother was getting married, and I was talking to his brother and his sister, and they both had LASIK eye surgery done about 5 years ago. So I actually went to the same exact place that they went, and then his mother had recommended a dentist, and the bride and groom that we were going to see their wedding, they also were going to the dentist. So we just kind of, I guess it turned into like a medical vacation accidentally. But anyways, the LASIK ended up being about $600. That included the exam, the actual operation, and the medication for afterwards. Here I probably would have spent between $2,000 and $4,000. My vision was extremely bad, and the reason I decided to go ahead and do it was because I was already going to spend, I needed a pair of glasses, and because my vision is so bad, I have to pay extra for the lenses. So at the very minimum, my glasses were probably going to be $300 to $400, and then my contacts, I don't know how much a year supply is. I always skimp out and don't buy enough, but probably $100 to $200. So I was about to spend that much anyways getting stuff for my eyes. So I can see very well. The only thing, and this started affecting me a little bit yesterday, is I actually have some little bit of like an emotional response to it. Like normally when I'm getting tired, I can take out my contacts and then I can't see anymore. And like yesterday, I just wanted to take out my contacts so bad so I couldn't see, and I couldn't because that's just my vision now. I see perfectly fine at all hours of the day and night. The only really side effect, I don't know if you can see it, but in one of my eyes I have a little red dot. I was reading online that should go away in about 4 to 6 weeks. I also have to use eye lubricating drops a couple times a day, but other than that, it was all fine. The reason I decided to redo this video is because I wanted to talk about how serious surgery is. You know, any type of surgery, plastic surgery, weight loss surgery, LASIK surgery. And I'm not here trying to promote all these things that I'm doing and encouraging people to go get surgery. And I was talking about this in my last video. That's not what I'm doing now. I'm for people that have decided this is what they want to do, or people that are kind of on the line. I hope that to provide information and education, because surgery isn't for everybody. I researched the LASIK person I went to. My boyfriend's brother and sister had both been there. I did a lot of research before I picked my surgeon. But anyways, what I want to talk about is I've been getting emails from people saying, one in particular, and I'm sorry to put you out there like this, but saying that, oh, I remember just a few years back when I was 125 pounds and now I'm 200 pounds and, you know, blah, 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 I'm getting ready for surgery. And that really scares me that, you know, something happened a few years ago to where she gained some weight and she's jumping into surgery immediately as like the first line of response. And I battled with my weight for the better half of 20 years. I know I'm only 28, but from the time I was 8 until the time I was 27, it was a nonstop battle for me. And I tried everything. I went to doctors, nutritionists, I've tried different diets, I went to the gym, I tried a hypnotist, I've tried different eating plans, so many different things. And there were quite a few times that I actually lost weight and kept it off for a significant amount of time, and then I gained it back. I started therapy 3 or 4 years ago. I worked at it from that approach. I lost 40 pounds after that, and I maintained it for quite a while. You know, it was really a lot going on. It wasn't just I decided, oh, I'm fat, I'm going to go get surgery. So that really worries me that people are using weight loss surgery, and not everybody, so I'm not trying to offend anyone out there, but some people are using surgery as like their first option, or maybe they, you know, tried once or twice to lose weight and they weren't successful. But I really think that people need to know that this isn't, you know, this is, when you make this decision in a way, it can be life or death, because this is a very serious procedure. People die. People have some crazy side effects and after effects. So you really got to weigh out the risk. You know, is what I'm experiencing and going through right now really worth the risks that having weight loss surgery carries? And also, have I really given a valiant effort to trying to lose weight? Have I really done all I can do? Have I worked on myself emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually? Have I really looked at this obesity thing from all different angles before I go in and decide to have my insides hacked up? And it scares me when I get these emails from people that they haven't done that soul searching. They haven't really, you know, tried to work on this on their own. And the thing is it's not even about working on your own. I shouldn't put it that way. There's also support groups. You know, join an online board and discuss this sort of thing with people. Go to a Overeaters Anonymous meeting. Go to a support group. Go to group therapy. There's so many different options of things that you can do before choosing weight loss surgery. And I do want to talk a little bit. I'm not going to quote statistics because they change, and I don't know if the websites that I read the statistics from are accurate, but I do know that these are some common things that people can have afterwards. One, most importantly, death. And I was reading that a death most often occurs from having blood clots or a pulmonary embolism after surgery. You can have a hernia. You can feel very tired. Excess skin is definitely a side effect right now. You're probably not going to be able to wear a bikini afterwards. I mean, unless you have some awesome skin and an awesome workout program and awesome genetics. If you're getting surgery because you think, oh, I'm going to wear a bikini and everyone's going to pay attention to me, it's probably not the best motivation there. Not everybody loses weight that gets weight loss surgery. Not everybody gets to their goal. A lot of people get transfer addictions. I was reading one website, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to quote these websites because I can't get online with my computer right now. I actually have to carry this video on a flash drive to the library to upload it. But from my phone, I was reading, you know, some statistics, and it was saying the amount of people that have weight loss surgery that becomes alcoholics after surgery is staggering. And people are running around trying to figure out why. Well, I can tell you why. It's because food was their addiction. Food was their security blanket. And you have to think, you know, when you're getting weight loss surgery, you're taking your security blanket away. You're not going to be able to turn to food anymore. And people think that when they lose weight that they're suddenly going to be happy because they're thin. Well, I've said this before, thin does not equal happy. There's a lot more things that go into it than that. Yes, being thin or losing weight is going to give you one less thing to worry about. but it's probably going to bring up a lot of new issues because suddenly you're going to be getting attention that you're not used to. You know, there's all sorts of things that arise afterwards. And before, if we had some sort of an issue, maybe from our childhood or some trauma or something we're unhappy with, and we could eat it away and not think about it, well, when you can't eat anymore, it's going to bring these issues up, and you're going to have to deal with it whether you're ready or not. And if you're not ready, you might pick up a new addiction. What else? It can lead to nutritional deficiencies, and one thing about that is that a long-term loss of absorptive function can lead to things like anemia and osteoporosis. I read one, this is the only statistic I'm going to quote, I don't know how accurate it is, but it said that 30% of people regain within 18 to 24 months after surgery. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but weight loss surgery is a serious thing to consider. Don't just jump into this lightly. And one website said that successful results depend on, I'm sorry, my dog's driving me nuts right now. Successful results depend on the patient's willingness to adopt a long-term plan of healthy eating and regular physical activity. Come here. Come here. Okay, here's Lycan. So one thing, it's like, look at weight loss surgery as putting a Band-Aid, look at weight loss surgery as you've been shot and you're tying something around it to stop the bleeding. Okay, that's only going to work temporarily. You still got to do other stuff. So same thing with weight loss surgery. It's a temporary fix. It's a temporary tool that's going to help you to get where you need to be to make things a little bit easier, but it's not going to solve the problem. And you know, you've also heard the expression, putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. It's going to fix it for a little while, but unless you're willing to do the work, it's no good. So I just want to leave you with that. Please, please, please think twice before jumping into surgery. It's not something to think lightly about. And I guess that's all. Bye-bye. I did forget to say one thing.